So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this episode of Golden Chat, and my name is Nadia. So, as we all know that we have few days left towards the election. So, today we are blessed to have Mr. Isaac Reindolf Sakyi-Adu. Yes, am I right?
Sure.
Thank you. Yes. So, when you come to Nungwa constituency, or no, NPP communicating or communication officer in Nungwa constituency here. Let me remind you that as you dey go vote, please go and vote wisely. Also vote peacefully. Come back to your house. Wait for the results. Don't go and fight. Don't go and cause any commotion. Don't go and snatch any ballot paper. We are here to preach peace. So please know that your family members, your friends, the country at large need you. We want to see everybody in 2025. So please, let's go and vote peacefully and come back to our house. Then, today's conversation is not what partisan. We are here to enlighten ourselves, educate ourselves on the upcoming election. So please, it's not partisan. We decided to have both parties here, but the other one, like he said, he's busy. So we are going to have him here on another day. So please, it is not what partisan. We are here to educate ourselves. So yes, I don't want to waste much of your time. Help me, let's welcome Mr. Isaac Reindolf Sakyi-Adu.
Thank you.
You are welcome once again.
Thanks for having me.
So how is the NPP and then Bawumia is doing?
First off, let me say I thank God for the opportunity. It's been a while since I saw you at your former workplace, and coming here, I'm very much impressed. And I pray that beyond the sky is the limit for Golden Chat. Yes, I pray that a year by now, if we meet again, it would be a different studio with a huge edifice and a lot of employees working for Golden Chat.
Amen.
I also thank God for the opportunity for all of us. I greet you, your viewers, and then your workers, and I pray that everything you do goes on well with you.
Amen. How is Bawumia and the MPP doing? You didn't answer me.
The MPP is doing well. Bawumia is doing great. We are doing well. When you come to this constituency, and the campaign is in two folds. We have the constituency campaign and we have the national campaign. So when you look at the constituency campaign, the MPP is doing well in Krowor here. We are everywhere. And just this past Wednesday, we had the opportunity of hosting our presidential candidate, which is our vice president at Nungwa. And the first statement he made on stage, that Krowor, looking at what I have seen today, when I sleep, I will sleep. It took all the toil and the frustration away from us because we knew that we had done a good job. And we know that we are working here in Nungwa. When you come to Krowor, the way things were about 4 months ago, today the dynamic is changing. And it is all because our PC and the team are doing house to house. We have not done a single platform campaign. It is always house to house, whilst the communication team also goes out and then spread the news about what we are doing. And one thing that is helping us is that this is the first time we are having a PC who is not waiting to be elected before his impact is felt. We are lucky to have a PC who is an engineer, a road engineer at the Ministry of Highways currently. So he is leveraging the people he knows and using it to help us asphalting our roads and helping our roads to become more travel. And we are doing good. When it comes to the national level, just look at the Constituency Connect and the pictures that are coming out and the voluntary. Just look at what when Nanado went to Hello FM in Kumasi. It was just an interview. Just look at the organic response of the people, the spontaneous response, and everything was good. The little I can say is that the MPP is going good. Our message is hitting the ground, and we are happy hearing that, but we are not relaxing. We know that until it is done, nothing has been done. So we are moving on.
Okay, so you think you are winning this election?
Definitely so. That is the reason why we are in it. We are in it to win. But we are going to do our part. we believe that it is only God who chooses who wins. But as human beings, we have to do our part. So we are doing our part. And if our part finds favor with God, God will then give us victory.
Okay. So what is the greatest competition so far?
Our greatest competition, I would say, is ourselves. That will be apathy. When people think that, they will win, the NPP will win, they have done a lot, they have done this, they have done that, they will win. So if even I don't go and vote, nothing will happen. That will be our greatest competition, that we don't relax. Even if you think we have won, go and add your one vote. Go and add your one vote. Everybody should. That is our competition. We are competing with ourselves so that we will not compare ourselves with anybody. So we are competing with ourselves. If today we are able to go 3 steps, tomorrow we should go 4 steps. Tomorrow's next we should go 5 steps. And when we do that, that is the only way that victory will come to us.
Okay. So you said you believe that you are winning this election. So what have you done differently comparing to previous elections that you've had? And then am I different until I think that you are winning the election?
All right. One thing that you cannot take away from this election and our PC is that we have shifted, the paradigm shift for this particular election compared to the previous ones has been very huge. And it has been because this time you don't hear incumbency advantage and other things. You don't hear people complaining about government cars going to campaigns because our presidential candidate, right from the internal election, moved away from these parked cars to a bus.
Yeah.
And that took away that incumbency thing. And that has shifted the paradigm in campaign. And then also, look, we started campaigning, let's say official campaigning from August. And up till now, the NPP had not done a single national campaign. A single, not even a single one.
So
it is community-based. We are going to the people. So it is now community by community. And that is the reason why he had gone almost all the communities. He had visited about 97% of the communities in Ghana.
Okay.
And he is doing the mop-up. So that has changed the thing. So now it is not about what the superfluous things that you have to say to your people. Mm-hmm. It is your people speaking to you first. And then you telling them what you will do based on the responses you give. Okay. And that is the shift that we have brought into this election. And I think it is hitting down. And now you have people who have just finished school, who can have the confidence to stand on national TV and rattle things that the president had done. It hasn't happened before. First, it was left with all us alone, the communicators, to go rounds and say things. But now it has been opened and everybody is getting involved.
So you believe that NPP is winning this election?
Absolutely.
But don't you also think when you come to Ghana, I say 8 years, and already more than 8 years that? So what do you think about that?
Yeah, the thing is that we can have our opinion on things, but what really moves us is about the constitution and the paperwork, what we are working with. Our elections is not 8 years, it is 4 years. So when you are done with your 4 years, then the people look at what you have done. Mm-hmm. And if they will give you another 4 years, they will give you. If they will not, they will not. So it is 4 years. But I agree with you when you say 8 years because like every party had not spent more than 8 years in office.
Yes.
So I agree with you. But the constitution says 4 years. So 4 years is 4 years. That's the reason why even when you have spent 8 years, you don't sleep and say I've spent 8 years, so I will not do campaign.
Okay.
I will not elect my PC. And I would like viewers to note this, that in 2008, NPP, we were left with just some few votes to break that 8. Even at that time, we didn't say breaking the 8. 2008. Kufuor. Yes, Kufuor's time, we went for 3 rounds. President Kufuor, candidate Kufuor, then won the first round, but could not cross the 50 plus 1%. When we went to the second round, the same thing. So we had to go to time, where we lost by the minus of votes, that is 45% nationwide. So even at that time, we were close to breaking what we are calling break the 8 now.
Okay.
Even at that time, that was in 2008. So for now, what we have seen and the work that we have done and the evidences that abound, I think that we are well within our reach to break the 8.
So you think you guys have worked enough that you can retain the seat?
One thing is that we have to understand we cannot do everything. We are human beings. I will not sit here and say that we have done everything we wanted to do, but then you mark us with what we have been able to do and what we have not been able to do, and then even the impact that what we have been able to do has created. So that is it. We have not been able to do everything. But I think that judging by what we have done per our manifesto, we have crossed about 80+% of what we have been able to achieve. And I know Ghanaians will look up on that and then give us the mandate. I am pleading that there is a mistake that we did in 2008, that we don't repeat that thing again. Because when you say that this person has worked hard, but he is at 2 terms, so let the person go, then it means everybody's second term, the person will know that, oh, whatever I do, I'll go, so I'll relax.
Yeah.
Immediately we give that impression, it will not go well for this country. So despite the fact we have spent 8 years, just judge us by what we have been able to do. If you think we have done well, give us the opportunity to continue the good works that we have done.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are enjoying the conversation. As before you began the conversation, I told you that this episode is not partisan. We are just here to educate ourselves. We want to enlighten ourselves on what to do on that day. Yes. Now let's continue. So, Mr. Reindolf, EC came out of a catcher and said they've putting out a lot of measures, 100% secure when it comes to security. Everything is intact. So please, can you tell our viewers what they will go through if anybody violates the rules that EC edited out there?
All right, the rules are clear and simple. Election is about you exercising your franchise, your choice of who you want to lead you. And there are rules, there are responsibilities for everything. So you just have to go and vote. Follow the procedure. If you flout the electoral rules, the EC is not vested with security issues. Yeah. Security issues are vested with the police and the security personnel. So when it comes to that, the security personnel will then pick you up. And then based on the electoral laws, the law will deal with you. So that goes to the security. If you go and you flout the electoral rules, the security will deal with you, irrespective of what political party you belong to. We are one people. We need our peace. For me, I always say this, that it is better for us to even have a bad leader that we have elected for 4 years, so that after 4 years we can change the person, than to kill ourselves and allow the military or other people to take care of us. Freedom is very, very important. And when military takes over, they curtail freedom. So let us all go, follow the rules, vote. If you want to stay, but stay within the parameters of the rules. If you want to go home, go home. When it's after 5, come to the polling station where you voted. Counting will be done before everybody. And then when you hear the results, you go home. You then listen to what is going on. And then so when you flout the rules, the police will deal with you. And that wouldn't really be much concern to us, because the law and order must be followed.
Law and order must be followed. So ladies and gentlemen, we heard him. Please don't go and violate the rules. The rule says go vote and come back to your house. When it's 5 o'clock, you can go back to the police station. Now no monko count. Me say I won't get the time to go back to the police station to go and count with them. But more move to me. That is what the rule says. Please let us maintain the peace that Ghana want. So Mr. Reindolf, what should we expect, especially what should we expect from you people?
Like in terms of the voting?
Yes.
Okay, so what is going to happen is this. First off, all political parties had the opportunity to go to the regional headquarters, and then also the police headquarters at Circle to check the ballot papers, ballot boxes, and then any other electoral material. So all political party representatives were there. And every polling station's document is different from the other polling station, the other constituency. So like every constituency, so Krowor here, our electoral materials are inscribed Krowor. So it is different from Ledger Kuku, so that we are not able to mix the materials that we have. We had our officers. When you come to Krowor, we were represented by our secretary, our research and elections, our youth organizer, our women organizer, and then the others. They all went to the headquarters. We were then shown our electoral materials. We all verified it. We took the serial numbers of the booklets that will be used on election day for both presidential and parliamentary. And then one thing also is that with the ballot boxes, when it comes, the EC has its seal on it. But the EC also allows all political parties and independent candidates to also put their seals on the ballot box. So, like when you come to Krowor, we have 4 PCs standing. That is 3 political parties, the NPP, the NDC, the NDP, and then an independent candidate. So we have 4. The 4 will have their seal on the ballot boxes together with the EC seal. And that everything is taken to the police station. We all know where it is locked. We all attach a lock to it. And then everybody comes home. On the day of election, every political party or every independent candidate is there. We all unlock the door. We check again the electoral materials to make sure that it is exactly the ones that we came to put there. Then when we are done, distribution is done. Now, when you go to your polling station, before election starts, the presiding officer had to show the empty ballot box to those who are around. And then every political party cuts its seal to make sure that we have all cut our seal before election is started. And then after the election, we all know that we go through the process. We vote for presidential, we vote for parliamentary. You go through the process during election, during counting. Everything is put on an open table. We sort out. And then after sorting out, counting is done openly. And then we have what we call the pink sheets, that the results are put on it. When it is done, the presiding officer then publicizes what the election at the polling station. He or she announces to the people. So then openly everybody knows. Even when it comes to checking those who voted, the political parties or independent candidates have agents. They should have agents at the polling station. And those agents, various political parties, so those agents have a tally card that they take everybody who comes. So if 200 people voted for polling station A, let's say Lawe polling station, after the election, after the voting, after 5 o'clock, polls is closed, everybody then checks whether the sheets that were taken out amounts to the taking that was done. And when everything is done, we put it on the paper. We put it on the pink sheet. We do everything. After it is done, it is calculated, and then everything is done, publicized to the people, and then a copy will be posted at the polling station so that even the one who wasn't there when it was counted can come later and then have a view of it. So this is the process. It is an open process. And when it is done at the polling station, then everybody goes to the collation center, which is about, let's say, 97% police station, the police station at the constituency. So that is where you go, where all polling station agents at the collation center will be there. And then being there, we again check when you come to Krowor, Nungwa, we have 244 polling stations. So everybody will check all the 244 polling sheets, the poll sheets, so that we make sure that the calculations that were done at the polling station is correct. When it is correct, we certify it by signing another collation form, which then the director for electoral commission, who has the responsibility to announce, will sign. And then when everything is clear, he announces the one who won presidential, the one who won parliamentary at the constituency. And then he or she will then forward that sheet, that announced sheet, to the region. The region will also check all those constituencies under the region. When they are done, they also announce that, let's say for Greater Accra, NPP won. NPP had so and so parliamentary candidates at Greater Accra. And then when they are done, they forward it to the EC head office. So the responsibility for the EC head office, it's only to collate the 16 regions, forms that had come from the regions, and then they announce it. This is the process from the polling station to national.
Hey, so ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are learning. Yes, I told you we are enlightening ourselves towards the election. Now, Mr. Reynolf, I said getting close to this election, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Oh, commission. I then na why not provoking us?
On a lighter note, even my friend, the Commissioner General, say. But the thing is that our commission, Nyama Osha, last week he commissioned 4 Agenda 111 hospitals in the Ashanti region.
Yeah.
And then nationwide, he commissioned 80 school buildings or
Wow.
80 school, not like schools, but school buildings in a day. And this is it. The construction didn't start now. And we have to know that for all that we are doing, construction started, let's say, a year, 2 years ago. It is just at this time that everything had been done
Completed.
and then it has packed up. And it is his responsibility because we have to know that till midnight of 6 January 2025, he still remains the president.
Yes.
So on 11:59, 6 January 2025, if there is anything for him to sign, he will sign. It is only after midnight when we enter into 7th January that he no more is
president.
clothed with the authority to sign. So whatever he is doing, it is the plan of the government, it is a plan of the state that we have invested money in it. And we are doing this to help the populace because we cannot say that because he is getting closer to his term, we have to leave all this. What about if other people lose their lives because the hospital is not, and they did not have those facilities? That's the reason why we're building it. So it is fortunate. I would say it is fortunate for us
And
that
yet
this is the
because,
time.
He wants Bawumia to win in Tiana or commission.
Oh, no, but every work that we are doing, I am not a hypocrite and I will not go that everything that we are doing is for us to win elections.
Okay.
We are in government to win elections. We are in government to win the last elections. We want to win every election. That's the reason why we are working. So we are working to win every election. And we will make sure, because I think that when NPP is in power, Ghana moves forward. That's the reason why I belong to NPP. The day I stop thinking like this, I will move away from the NPP. But till now, I think it is better for us to have the NPP in power than any other party. So we are going to work to move Ghana forward. And we are going to work to convince Ghanaians to vote for us.
Question.
Wow.
Can you give us the regions, areas where the 80 schools are being commissioned?
Oh, okay. It is schools. The buildings are in schools that are already exist.
The schools already exist.
Schools already exist.
So
We
you
have
have
STEM
a
schools.
renovation.
Yeah, renovation. Oba baby to say Nungwa Secondary. We have constructed 800 bed capacity for Nungwa Secondary School. It is there. When you go with the kids, it's there. 800 bed capacity. I think it is 3 or 4 story.
And one more plot.
Yes, we have like when in the 2000 when we're doing church work, and when you go there were vast land, there were barren lands. But now when you go into the school, you see that there are buildings that are sprouted up. Yeah, so if you haven't made up your mind to build, you will say there is no land.
Yeah.
But the moment you make up your mind to build, even with a small land, you can build something on it. So the schools or the buildings were across the country. And it is something that we cannot lie about it. You cannot, because we have commissioned and you have to account for it. Because the things that you are doing, you have to account for it. So, and the media covered it widely, because in the beginning, the media thought that it was a hoax. But they covered it widely. And up till now, if there was anything fictitious about it, the media would have exposed us.
All right. I want us to talk about the statue.
The statue.
Yeah.
Yes, I really don't see the controversy about it.
Why?
Because you see that one thing about Ghanaians is that we say the same things, we complain about the same things that when we do not do it, we complain about. We are here and we normally say that in Ghana, you have to die before you are appreciated.
We don't need the statue.
No, it's a common thing that we say that we have to, like, we don't praise people until they are dead. We say it.
It's common.
Yes, it is common. When you go to Kwame Nkrumah Museum, without Kwame Nkrumah's statue doing the pointing, that famous pointing, who will say that is Kwame Nkrumah Museum? The name. So it is something. It is when you go to the beach. I always say this, when you go to the beach, it is the steps that you leave at the beach that tells whether you were running, you were walking, or you were jogging. So, and one thing we also have to that edifice, the budget of it wasn't controlled by the central government. And the Western region chiefs have come around. They said they did the statue to appreciate the president while the president is alive.
So it's not like President Nankasa Neye.
No. It is not him.
So that constituency, that's area or constituency. What at all when His Excellency they spent so much? How much money was spent on that statue?
I haven't checked, but the thing is that one thing that we have to appreciate is that
because I thought I learned that hospital no knew.
Oh, that is what people are saying. Wouldn't say rate.
Even the road. You see the road where the statue is not moving.
Yeah.
That road is not completed.
Okay.
So I don't think that statue is.
I want us to know something that Rage. If you go into archives, Rage had been there for years, 50 years plus, but there are still construction at Rage Hospital. You cannot say that you finish a project and people use it. Whilst time goes on, you build more. So for us to say that so far as it has been opened and people are using it, it means it has been done. As the years go by, we add more to it. And I am saying that for me, I think that my prayer is that when Dr. Bawumia, if by God's grace, Dr. Bawumia wins the election, all the presidents that we have done, he should build something for them, but he should not build it in their hometowns. He should build something for President Akufo-Addo, maybe at Gardami. He should build something for President Jonathan Mills, the late Jonathan Mills, maybe in the Eastern region. He should build something for President Mahama, because we are going to retire him. He should build something for him, maybe in the Izima area, so that other tribes will learn about other people who are not their tribesmen. It bonds us together. It brings us together. Let us appreciate people whilst they are alive. For me, I don't see anything wrong about the statue. I think that so far as it is not the president who dipped his hands into the state coffers to do a statue for himself, but it is the planning committee that saw to the renovation or building of the hospital that said that let us do this to honor this person. I think today we are building a lot of things under President Mills. He's nowhere. He is not alive. It is those who succeeded him that are relishing in what is being done. But imagine that he was alive and let's say a museum or something had been built in his name. So please, Ghanaians, we always say that we don't appreciate our people whilst they are alive. So when people are appreciating people whilst they are alive, let us allow it. But this is politics. I know that other people will use it, so I am not worried. I know that the good people, when explanation is being given like this, they will buy into the explanation and know that the president didn't dip his hands. It is a form of appreciation from the Western regional chiefs.
Why do you wait till election time before commissioning things? Is that not all you were waiting for election before you commission it? And I say,
one thing is that the age that we are in now, you cannot really you cannot really. The word doesn't. I don't know the word to use, but you cannot really take the people for granted. If you finish a project and you are not commissioning it, people will expose you. People will expose you. Oh, this project is being done. It's finished, but it is not being commissioned. Why are you not opening it for us to use it? You remember the famous one, which is the UGMC. When NPP came, the UGMC had been done to, I think, about 75 or 80%. And that it was left with buying equipment so that we can populate it and then be used. There was a little delay. People bashed the government. And NPP then came out to explain that, it is because you will see the edifice, but the equipments are not there. So we are putting in equipments so that after the test, then we can then put permanent workers in, and then people go. So that is it. So my boss, the project had started long ago, and it is a construction project, so it was ongoing. It is just that it is this
coincidence.
time. Yeah, it is this time. It is a perfect coincidence.
It's a perfect
coincidence. Yes. Or it's a glorious coincidence that it was commissioned this time. And we know that the good people of Ghana knows that whether it was done for election or not, it is for the use of them. And they are going to appreciate the president for that.
Thank you very much. Now let's move to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. We're launching some app. Well, I know he has launched a lot of apps, but the ones that I want us to focus on, Ghana, was that the music, yes, and the pothole app. So I know a lot of people, they've not heard about those apps, especially the GMS app. No, can you enlighten them on that?
All right. So among all the apps, I think one of the important, even though all the apps are very important and essential, I think one of the most important apps is the GMS. That is the Ghana Music Streaming. Yeah. And what it is that we are having a common platform like we have with those music streaming apps that you put your song on. People go there to listen. It automatically gives you money. And then you are paid based on how much people have streamed, how many people have streamed your music. So that is it.
But before, now before the money will go to some people, then after that, and they will distribute the money to the owner of the song. But just recently, there was a story around it that the distribution of the royalty, because the whole year now you have 200 and something cedis. So I feel that this app is really going to help them, because this one, when the person is streaming the song, the money is going straight to your account. And so how is the reception? How is the musician seeing that the app?
Honestly, the music industry have embraced this. But you know, with our system here and the way we do things, politics, we put politics into everything. But one thing is that today we'll be doing politics with it. Tomorrow the politics will die and everybody will then take advantage of what it is. With the previous one, Gamro just also goes to the streaming app, like let's say YouTube or something, and then gets the records of all the music apps or what the music that have been streamed, and then they do their own calculations, they get the money, and then they also share to the artists. And the artists were complaining that they weren't getting value for money. Yeah, so now what we have done is that we are having our own streaming app. So with this platform, you will check, you will know. Now, what it has done is that there was one musician that was a musician who was very popular in the 60s, who came out to say that she was surprised that she saw her old music on the streaming app, and people were listening. So now that person who played music in the 60s, in the 70s, will have the opportunity, just people by sitting in the comfort of their homes, go to the app, say that, oh, I remember Professor Kofi Abraham's song, I am going to listen to it. And then the more the music pops up, the more other people get to know about it.
And the more the owner of the song is going to benefit.
It's also benefits. And this is our own. And the fact that it's our own does not mean that we are the only people that can stream. South Africans can stream their music on it. Everybody, the whole world, like we are doing with YouTube.
Is it only music? Can I say?
Yeah, this is for music. This is for music. This is for music. And one thing also, if you listen to, let me give credence to where this news came from. That is the UTV talk show, where Arnold gave some insight. Yes, gave some insight about the streaming platforms and the money that it was generating. That's 700 plus million for Egypt, for South Africa, and South Africa was the number one. We are not taking advantage of this, and we don't have to, like somebody said, I don't want to, like you perfectly said, I don't want it to be like, but we don't have to wait for Nigeria to have a streaming app, because Nigeria is more resourceful than us or they have a larger music space than us to do it. I am telling you that what I am seeing here in your studio, you will go to well-known studios and you will not see what you are seeing here there. And I don't think you said that, oh, we should find one camera and one microphone and wait till we are 4 years before we get this. You have started where other people ended. And that is the positive impression I'm getting here, coming here. So we don't have to wait for Nigeria. We have started. And I know that, yes. And we have to know that Ghana, we are a smaller country compared to Nigeria and others. But when it comes to administrative prowess, we are there. We have achieved more. So we have done this. We are proud of it. And I know a lot of the people are proud of this.
Mm-hmm. What about the pothole? The pothole app.
You know, one thing is that,
honestly, they land that app.
But honestly, if I say I know about any pothole app, I'll be lying, and I wouldn't want to do that. I haven't heard of that. Maybe it's there, but I haven't heard of it. Yeah,
I remember
haven't.
He launched it. Yeah. I even did a story on it.
Honestly, I don't know about this. What I know about potholes and other things is that there was instruction given to all assemblies to have the road sector of the assemblies, to have like a team or something that will go around the communities to check where potholes are, so that those things should be done by the assembly. They shouldn't wait till it become manholes. So anytime you identify a pothole, there is a team under the construction sector of the assembly that can then move in with gravels, with bitumen, just level and then fill those potholes so that before it becomes manhole. That is what I know. But about pothole app, I haven't. I don't say it doesn't. It has not been launched, or it has, because I don't have any knowledge about that, honestly.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, he said he doesn't know, or he doesn't have any knowledge about the pothole app. But me, I remember, say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia launched that app. I even did a story. Also, we took a picture in your vicinity, no pothole. Take a picture, upload in the app, or call the number. They are going to respond to you. Then they will quickly attend to the pothole.
Okay, so I think that is not far from what I said. That there is a committee that will identify potholes before it becomes manholes. So I know about that. But to say that, to confirm that there are apps that you download, as for that one, I don't. But I know that there are, the assemblies were tasked to make sure that they deal with potholes before it becomes manholes.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Reindolf. So, I don't, how many minutes now? So I don't really, maybe say so let's ask my 2 or 3 questions, then we are done with this episode. Okay. So I want to ask, can you give us a picture of every measure that you guys have put in place to ensure a smooth and then a peaceful election? Yes.
All right. I am happy that just about 3 days ago.
So you can limit it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm happy that just about 3 days ago, we all saw all presidential candidates signing a peace pact.
Yeah.
There are some people who have come out to say it doesn't matter. But until there are disturbances, you will never cherish a simple greeting. But it is only when there are disturbances that you cannot have somebody to greet that you know that greeting is important. So everything that will foster peace is important. And I'm happy that at that stage, you saw our vice president, our former president, heartily saying things to each other that others didn't hear because they took them. So they will be teasing each other. That is the beauty of it. When I go on TV stations and radio stations, I go with NDC people. At the TV station, we do our own thing. But when we get down, we chat, we walk, and then we walk to our homes. And just today, there is somebody that the host knows that we're coming to his previous place that called me that his uncle needs an MPP t-shirt and an MPP baseball cap. So what will I do about it? I said, I'll find some for him. And me also, I have people with me that I say, NDC t-shirt. And then they tell me, when people you do NDC t-shirt, I said, no, I'm giving it to this person. We are in the house. This is, if the person has, and one thing is that you may do good to people. that person will still belong to his party, and you don't know that person may vote for you.
Yeah.
Because there are people who belong to their party, but based on the person who is standing, they vote for that person. So this is what we have done. And then also, just I think on Thursday, we were invited, both Krowor and Lejokuku, to the regional command at Krowor.About. And we had a sitting with the regional command. The district commander was there, and then the Kwesi divisional command was also there. And we had a conversation about how the elections, the security issues, and that motorbikes will not be allowed there, and then there will be no macho men allowed there, and then this
Macho men will not vote.
No, they will vote, but no, like what we are, macho men will not be allowed there is when they come in drove, like they are coming to protect somebody.
Yeah.
No, protection is for the police. So nobody has a personal protection. So they will not be allowed there to come do their own things. And then we know that people use land guards and other things. And then also before that, the regional commander gave the instruction that every PC, the police should have an eye on every PC. If there is something, the PC should also report to the police so that the police can then take care of them. Because before election is very, very dangerous, because it is the build up that really boils up at the election. So before election is important. We all make sure that we all preach peace. When we meet as NPP people, we preach peace to our people that, look, we want you alive. If something negative happens to you and you are not alive, it hurts us. So let us all be alive. So we are doing all those things to make sure that we will have a peaceful election and a smooth election. Free, fair election. The one who loses knows that I have lost. The one who won knows that I have won. And that even in our win, we are moderate with our rejoicing. When we lose, we also control our anger so that everything goes on. We have only one Ghana.
Yes, we have only one Ghana. So, Mr. Reindolf, I know that a lot of people, they've made up their mind that me, I'm not going to vote. After all, these people, when we vote for them, after they gain the power, and they don't do whatever they promise, blah, blah, blah. I know a lot of people almost say this election, we are not voting. What can you say or tell those people to change their mind?
All right, they have the right, they have the choice to make. Election, like somebody said, is not by force. But one thing is that if you don't vote, if you are an intelligent person and you decide not to vote, you leave the decision for the unintelligent to make for you. When we had COVID and the president said nobody should move from his or her room, no church should operate. The president didn't build the church for us, but because he has authority. So when he gave the directive, everybody obeyed it. When we were asked not to move from our rooms, the president didn't hire your room for you. But because the president has said it with the authority that clothes him, you obeyed it. So please, if you don't take the decision, other people will take a negative decision for you, and you'll be bounded by it. So get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Cast your vote. Cast your vote. Cast your vote.
Your vote. Cast your vote. My director is from to see the cathedral and the young So what about the cathedral at the end? Because in Baomia's manifesto, we didn't see anywhere or can't say or plans the cathedral no cry. So it means that even if Oba power crana, it is not part of his plans.
Oh, so the promise had been made already. The construction is ongoing, and we have to know that the construction has not ceased. The ban say Deloitte and Touche, because of the allegations in it, the government asked the team to stop whilst Deloitte and Touche do auditing, and it has been done, and it has come out that nothing untoward had gone on. And it is a project a whole blueprint order. So when Namiya Domina Baumia, he will just have to continue. And one thing, like people are saying, what do we need cathedral for? What do we need cathedral for? Ube will say Notre Dame Cathedral, France. It got burned up. Emma almost Menra, French president, echo honor. Now, at the is a boo, a chi, almost undestroyed the cry, normal farm building factory. Now almost are building up. The thing is that every country should have a monument, should have edifices that people will move from there. Yeah, do you know that the tallest building in Dubai or so people go for trips, just to go and take a look at it, take pictures of it. Why do people move from their country to come here to our beaches to just rest, relax, and soak the sun? It is because of emolument. It is because of edifices. So when we build a cathedral, and the cathedral, because do you know that when we are doing anything nationally, we don't have an edifice that hosts us. We don't have one.
But you see, this one, no, His Excellency didn't tell us that he's going to use our money, taxpayers' money, to build it. Or say, or no, I say, for a bobby, I say, be a yard, you want to appreciate the person. Or say, Ovinia, he's going to build a church for God. So it is a promise or no between him and God. So because right now, baby, I doing it there. Ofi power, it means that they are going to use taxpayers' money to build that. Even if they will build it up, only use taxpayers' money. That is where Ghanaians are more problem. No.
What is the negative thing about using taxpayers' money to build an edifice that belongs to us?
No, he didn't tell us that.
Yeah, but in doing that, the edifice does not belong to him. The edifice belongs to Ghana. And I'll give you one example. Just recently, we were having, before Nanado renovated the Kwame Nkrumah Museum, we were having about 100 visitors in about a month. Immediately, it was renovated. Look at the numbers. We are having 10,000 people in about 3 months, visitors. So it is an edifice, and people have misjudged what is being built. It is not just a place where people go read Bible and pray and then come home. It's going to be a museum. It's going to be a tourist site for people to come. We are going to put our history and a lot of things there where people will come. And look, in this country, when President Rawlings was building the National Theatre, we said we didn't have food to eat. But then we're the same people who went there for concerts. When we were building the national, when President Rawlings was building the International Conference Center, we talked about it. That we will boom Krowor dying and this and this and this and this. But then when we have international conferences and other things, that is what we do, and people pay money. People are working there. When we build this cathedral, people will work there. They will be paid. Tourists will come. We will get money. So as for those things, we will play politics with everything. The last time I was sitting in a trotro, and there is a woman, when we got to test, she said that you can hate Nanado or you can. But one thing that you cannot take from Nanado is that when he is resolved to do something, he will do it. And the woman used the Teshi double road as an example that he has stayed here for more than 20 years. And if somebody convince him that it will come to a day, somebody will be able to break those Teshi buildings at the roadside, she will say no. And then she said, sarcastically, she said, and you boo-boo, no. You have turned it to shops and you are benefiting from it. So you are a leader. You make decisions. Not everybody will go with your decision. But if you are convinced, President Trump is saying that he will do wholesale immigration, let's say cleansing. People don't agree with him, but he got the majority of the votes. He is working on it to put people away from their borders. You are a leader. You came to power to make decisions. Make those decisions. At the end of the day, we are going to judge you by that decision. Tomorrow, if by God's grace, President Bawumia comes, this natural cathedral will be done. That day, all of us will go to commission it. The media will have a day to commission it. And when resources start coming from it, we will then forget that we criticize it. Even those who say it should not be built will come back like they are doing with free SHS to say that they started the National Cathedral.
Who started the National Cathedral?
I am saying that today that NPP is suffering
To build
the National Cathedral. That everything is turned against NPP on that National Cathedral. We will finish building it. And when the glory starts coming, other people will come and say that they started building it. Like they sought to do with the free SHS.
So, Mr. Reindolf, I want us to wrap up, okay? So, what can you say to, or the advice you can give to anybody, why say he's going to cause commotion, misunderstanding, Obia man 5 cedi, 50,000, go and do this. go and do that to cause commotion. What can you tell those people?
All right. One thing is that there is a proverb that the way you put pomade in your hair. Yes. So, like me standing here, I don't think even my own party. Yes, but I don't think my own party, NPP will come and say that Kwabena Sakyi, take money and go and hurt somebody. So let us bring respect to ourselves so that it will be difficult for people to come to us to court us to do evil. And then also know that you have a family. I have my parents well alive, that I want to take good care of them till God calls them. I have kids that I want to give them the life that I couldn't have. I have friends that I have to take care of. So don't, in your quest of finding job for somebody's father or somebody's mother, don't sacrifice yourself and your family. Your family needs you better. It is better for us to go vote. You lose, but we have our peace and we still stay. And I'm saying this to tell those who don't want to vote that go and vote. When you vote, you are securing free SHS. Look, I have a video here that we couldn't play. And I think when you listen to the voices, it was from the north. A woman, two women saying that, but for free SHS, because her husband left her and she's with 2 kids. The other woman sitting down said 3 kids. And because they know each other, because she said, because of free SHS, it means so many graduate for me fee. And maybe for you, we must have university, so you see SHS graduate as nothing. But for someone, it is a lot. That's the reason why when people say, oh, people are eating foods that dog eats at free SHS. I don't quarrel with them. Because when the food that I cherish, we are not the same. The food that I cherish, menso dia menso mi dino. Menso me fo say enye no eyobi eduane a osombo. So that is how the world is. We cannot have it. Ye nyina ye have on pepepe. Mesre mu nyina ya papa ba omi ase say oba said dia NPP ye yi guarantor system from university, people going to tertiary. You're replacing it with just Ghana card. So now you don't have to chase people to collateral their SNIT investment for you, before you enter into university. Now only with Ghana card. So as for say, women SM, any small scale enterprises bank now obebieno. The collateral will be Ghana card. Because when Ghana card is slotted in, you be say what the card, and you'll be retained to go and then pay. Say the beya winning. You know, one of the things your interest on our loans higher now is because say yen 4 year you had me. When we go to a particular bank, say a kwakwaji loan, the bank say there's a possibility say 2 of us will only pay. So the current system that we have, the reason why in here loan interest high is because if 4 of us go to a particular bank for a loan, at the back of the bank, they know that 2 of us can run away and it is only 2 who will pay. So they will have to add the other 2's interest to all of us, so that in the case that the 2 people run away, they will still have their money from the principal and the interest that the other 2 have paid. Now, with the Ghana card, you are responsible for your own loan because you cannot run away. Yeah. If you are moving away, your Ghana card will expose you because your tax and everything number is on the Ghana card. So then you can go to a bank and then with the credit scoring, with your good financial arrangements, you may get 1% on a loan that you take. I may go to a bank and get 10% based on my credit rating. My liabilities will not fall on you. Now, or say, emano at the Ghana card, and you use just Ghana card as collateral for your loan. Again, who will say with our license, driver's license, we are giving 6 years with 2 years renewal. The 2 years when you are going to renew, you pay. You go through stress. He is saying that when he comes, he will do it instead of that 6 years, he will do it 10 years. But you renew once. So when you do it, you are giving 10 years. And then after 5 years, you renew it. The next 5 years, I expire. So you go for another. So these are the things that are there. But also people living with disability are able to enter university. They will go to university free. Now, I see cocoa growing and I say cocoa farmers in Umberia University nyina the data number about 18,700 cocoa farmers na omoma ebedu university ombeko university we nyina free wa udua cocoa bia grow and data na fi cocoa board aba. So these are the things he wants to do. He wants to take Ghana from what we are. Ubehu say one of the things zip line, and Kamala Harris during one of the campaigns use zip line as an example. Say this is the success story of Ghana. Say Ghana may use drone to deliver medical equipment and many medicines to in a way. Now Nansenya COP 24 omo call meeting BRICS call meeting 24. BRICS Brazil, Russia, India, South Africa, China and South Africa. As some the Saudi Arabia and Yamababeka omo call meeting. Their major resolution is to trade oil with gold and not dollars. To trade oil with gold and not dollars. That was their major decision. And that is what Vice President Bawumia had done here already. Gold for oil. So this is somebody who is always ahead of his peers and even his seniors. In Ghana for Semode 2 minute manner. And we have to know, let us not take free SHS.
I'm giving him 2 minutes to campaign, but we started campaigning that.
let us not take free SHS for granted. That you need somebody who knows what it entails. Now we said they are obeying manage free SHS. No, aber just last 2 weeks, free SHS had been voted the social intervention policy for the decade. Amayafa, your current minister, deputy deputy president, Africa Educational Watch. This is the story of Ghana. And we have to build upon it. We are not going back. We are not going back. Nkokon will not do you anything. We are not going back. Let us go forward. Let us upgrade. Reset will not help us. Let us upgrade. Mudi 2 minute maya papa Bawumia. Ghana ebekon inkai. Krowor.About so. Mumfa 2 minute maya papa engineer Emmanuel Laye Odai. Na omaino ene krono ebeko so ma. Mesre Ghana fo nyina everywhere you are. That please look at your NPP MP. Make sure you give us the presidency and then you also give us majority MP so that we can execute our projects for the betterment of the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Reindolf. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Reindolf, Akasabibu, our advice here, and as I told you from the beginning that we are going to educate or enlighten ourselves. Yes, and I'm sure you've learned a lot. We've heard a lot from Brother Reindolf. Or see, your family needs you. Your family and friends needs you. We are here to preach peace, and that is it. So yes, the words or their words are out there. They are on social media platforms everywhere. You can scrutinize this. In fact, yes, now vote to whoever you think say we're convincing. So ladies and gentlemen, this will be the end of today's episode. And tomorrow we are going to have a member from the NDC also right here. So thank you for watching today's episode. And Mr. Reindolf, thank you very much for coming. And hope you are going to see you again.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. And anytime I'm invited, I will make time to come.
God bless you so much. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to see you in our next episode. We are out for now.